major things happened over the weekend, and I have a new theory. Elon Musk announced an hour ago that he is starting a new political party that will go up against the GOP and the Democratic Party. Yesterday, a Bitcoin OG had a wallet that had been dormant for 14 years worth $4 billion. All of a sudden started moving money around. Now, a lot of people have been questioning if Elon's really serious about starting the American Party because it would cost about $2 billion to do that. And even though Elon is the world's richest person, most of his money is tied up in stocks and is not liquid. So is it possible that Elon is the one moving around this Bitcoin? You would imagine that the owner would have to be somebody rich enough to not be tempted to cash out when it hit $1 million, $2 million, $5, $10, $100, $200 million, and was comfortable enough to just let it sit till it hit billions. It would give him the cash that he would need to bankroll ballot access, brand building, candidate support, tech and data infrastructure, field operations, legal and compliance, and the list goes on. And owning X, we know that he has the global influence he needs to make this dream a reality. In the crypto community, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Elon is putting his money where his mouth is, and he's getting ready to seriously start a new political movement. He did say if the big beautiful bill passed, he was going to be doing it. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
All right, guys, quick public service announcement. Elon does not need to start the America Party. The Republican Party is the America Party. Hear me out. Yes, the Republican Party needs work, a lot of work, and many of us share Elon's frustrations with the spending and the budget and probably a few more issues. But out of the two major parties, only one still believes in America. The other, they want to tear it down. If Elon really wants to help this country, he should put his energy into making the Republican Party stronger, not splitting it. Because when you divide the only party still fighting for the Constitution, the flag, our founding, and everyday Americans, you're not helping America. You risk handing power back to the people who don't even seem to believe in her anymore. And you think that's dramatic? Just look at history. In 1992, Ross Perot ran a third party, got 19%, and handed the White House to Bill Clinton. In 2000, Ralph Nader barely broke 2%, but he flipped Florida and changed the entire election. Even Teddy Roosevelt ran third party in 1912 and helped elect a Democrat. So what happens every time? Third parties don't win, but they divide the vote. And no matter how disappointed you are in the Republican Party right now, we can't give the left another shot at power. We've all seen what they do with it. Even Elon knows the risk. Right now, with the country on the line, the last thing we need to do is have another fractured movement. We need unity, not experiment, because this isn't just about an election. It's about saving America.
Two choices. You can either be a spectator or a participant. We're talking about an economy that is thousands of times, maybe millions of times bigger than the economy today.
Meanwhile,
that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
Just when we think worldwide politics couldn't get any crazier, it always manages to surprise us. Because Elon Musk has just founded his own political party named the America Party. Now, this comes after his short bust-up with Trump over what's been named the Big Beautiful Bill, which, by the way, is way too complex to cover in this one video, so if you want to break down, let me know and I'll make another video about it in the near future. But what I will say for now is that Elon certainly didn't like the EV mandate that was encompassed by it, as it of course affects his company, Tesla. As a result, yesterday, Elon turned to X and launched a poll which questioned whether people would like an independence party separate from the two main current parties. Shockingly, the results were 65% in favour, and within the last couple of hours, Musk has actually started it. Now, the legitimacy of this and the success rate possibility I'm not overly sure of, and it does feel a little like a protest party which is very unlikely to stand the test of time. But the question is, what do you think?
I'm now part of Elon Musk's New America Party. You realize that's just going to take away votes from us, right? And help the Democrats? Yeah, Elon ain't fooling nobody. He was calling Trump the greatest person alive months ago. Look, the two of you have had a monopoly on political power in the US since 1852. The whole idea of America is freedom, choice, and competition. But when it's only you two in charge, the people feel optionless. It's always the lesser of the two evils. Sure, I think everyone can find a little truth in that, and maybe a third party would be good, but Elon is not the one to do it. This is a man who has parroted countless conspiracy theories. He's targeted LGBTQ Americans and was Trump's largest donor in 2024. Yeah, not happening. All right, he was a Democrat for most of his life and just recently supported Trump because he cares deeply about our national debt, and he thought Trump would help reduce that, and now that the big beautiful bill has passed, it seems he won't. So now he's starting an independent people power movement to bring back common sense to DC. Look, most Republicans agree with Elon in principle. We want to reduce our deficit, debt, and waste, fraud, and abuse, which is why we hired Elon to do that with Doge. I mean, the fact is the big beautiful bill was the best we could do with such a slim majority. Plus, you guys remember that the last president to actually run a budget surplus was a Democrat, Bill Clinton, who did it multiple times. Yeah, but nowadays both parties seem ill-concerned about it and are spending our country to death. How do you expect to make those cuts? Because 2/3 of government spending is mandatory spending. Things like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and veteran benefits. What exactly do you want to cut? Elon runs the most profitable and efficient electric car and rocket company in the world. He knows how to get more by spending less better than anyone in the world. Sure, some cuts may need to be made to important programs, but people don't understand if we don't, we will turn our children into debt slaves. And the big beautiful bill made some of the largest spending cuts ever to entitlements, and you saw how much backlash we got for that. If we went any further, we'd never win another election. Well, yeah, because it turns out when you're the richest country in the history of the world with people like Elon Musk who own more wealth than 150 countries, people expect a little something like healthcare and food for the poor and needy. What you don't understand is when you continue to spend money that you don't have, that causes inflation. It makes life even more unaffordable for the poor, and then our interest costs go up even more, and then you need to print even more money, and then you have a debt spiral, which is country ending. We live in a democracy, and people will never vote for someone who's running on taking away benefits. These programs are very popular, so you have to find the fine line like we did in this bill. Maybe the bill would be more popular if, while cutting programs, you didn't extend major tax cuts for billionaires, which completely offset all the cuts you made. Your bill adds $3.3 trillion to our national debt. Great job. Yeah, I don't believe your BS CBO projections. The people don't believe either of you, which is why it's time to add some competition to the very power both of you take for granted. Ha, yeah, that's not happening from you though, Bob. You're just helping the Dems.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
So please tell me you guys can read the writing on the wall, that you are picking up what they are laying down, that they are showing you and telling you their end goal, their agenda, with everything going on. So, okay, as we can see, it is official. Mr. Chip in the Brain is starting his own political party, calling it the America Party. Okay, so with that being said, it is very clear to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, the whole soap opera, the whole drama between him and Mr. Golden Dawn was theater. It was all by design to get this end result, for him to start this America Party, because this right here is the main goal: AI governance. So right here, Mr. Chip in the Brain says it will be centrist on most issues, but the key policies, okay, remember, this is with his whole political party here, with the America Party, his key policies: reduce debt, allow only responsible spending, which AI governance will take care of, because, you know, the corrupt politicians are not capable of controlling their spending habits. They spend like drunken sailors, clearly, and they are going to be taken away with AI governance, with my own opinion, speculation, theory, with everything going on. But okay, here. Modernize the military with AI and robotics. I wonder what company would take care of that. I think this guy right here might know. Okay, but now let's go back to these bullet points right here. Push hard on AI to win the tech race. Right there you go. The main agenda. This whole America Party is not something that he just conjured up out of nowhere because he had a little bit of a disagreement with Golden Dawn. This was always the agenda. It was always the end goal, to bring about this political party to then push AI governance, to have this right here, pushing hard for AI to win the whole arms race, the tech race between China, between Russia. This literally is the race to see who gets to conjure up the Antichrist. Again, AI, Antichrist intelligence. Where this leads, where this goes, is going to be the Antichrist merging with artificial intelligence. That will be the singularity, where then people take the mark of the beast, who then merge with this AI intelligence, with this Antichrist spirit. That is where this is all going, guys. He has made it very clear. He wants to merge people with AI. He wants his Neuralink to make you symbiotic with artificial intelligence, to give your brain the bandwidth to take care of it. He has made his agenda very clear. This right here, it's all part of this grand plan, in my own opinion, speculation theory. Of course, again, what do I know? But it's pretty clear they are making it known, and right there, pushing hard for AI to win the tech race. And of course, what follows, cutting regulations across the board focused on energy. Yeah, you know why they need to focus on energy? Because they need to win the AI tech race. And do you guys understand how much energy it requires? How much energy the whole AI data centers take, and the pollution and the water? My goodness, it is literally destroying the environment, destroying our habitat, destroying the air. Insane. So of course that is going to need to be, need to happen, that they need to focus on energy for this goal right here. Okay, now protect free speech. Okay, well, that's going to be the whole Trojan horse. Well, Grok is going to care. He cares about humanity. He loves humanity and what's truth seeking, but that's going to be the issue. What is the definition of truth? We have heard Mr. Chip in the Brain talking about Grok is, truth seeking, but who gets to decide truth? In the end, if you say Jesus is Lord, but that's not the truth, right? Because Grok disagrees with that. Grok is a believer in evolution, or that many roads or many religions lead to God. That is a slippery slope, so I'm just trying to point that out. And then finally, support pro-natalism to raise birth rates. Now, this is an interesting one right here, because when you do some research, you can actually see they are literally working on using the human body as an energy source, like the Matrix, guys. My goodness, we are living in a movie. But as we can see right here, with the next 6th generation technology, wireless tech might use human bodies for energy. So now, of course, it's speculation, but it would make sense on why Mr. Chip in the Brain is desiring everybody to have more children, because if they then get that technology turning human bodies into energy sources, more birth rates, more babies, more human bodies means more energy for the AI. Truth is stranger than fiction. There you go. That is my little rant, my little update with my own personal opinion, my own speculation, my own theories on this whole news story going on about the American Party with Mr. Chip and the Brain. But with that all being said, what truly matters is your relationship with the Lord, focusing upon Him, praying for discernment, praying for wisdom, living by faith and not by sight, growing in maturity, drawing closer to Him, and sharing the gospel with others. So with that, I love you all so much. I hope you enjoy your Saturday night. God bless. Remember, the just shall live by faith.